Subaru has again sprinkled its Outback dust on an Impreza, creating a raised hatchback primed for frugal weekday commutes and spirited weekend adventures. The formula remains strikingly similar to the first-generation Crosstrek, with familiar size, shape, and proportions. Where this all-new pseudo-SUV is distinguished from its trailblazing cousin is in refinement. Though the new Crosstrek is not yet on sale, we got our hands on one by renting it from Subaru, and these are our first impressions. This Crosstrek benefits from using the same new platform rolled out for its fraternal twin, the Impreza. That platform will also underpin the next Forester. The new structure brings significant benefits with a much more comfortable ride and a significantly quieter cabin. One would need a tape measure to figure out the incremental gains to the wheelbase, length, and slight drop in height. The Crosstrek remains instantly recognizable, which is no surprise given the cult following the car has amassed. Improvements that were made to the Impreza carry over to the Crosstrek. We were impressed by the cushy and steady ride that's head and shoulders better than its competitors. Its handling is responsive but less so than the Impreza, because of its additional height, and it's certainly less frisky than the Mazda CX-3 or Toyota CHR. The 2.0-liter, 4-cylinder engine has been revised, gaining 4 horsepower to 152 horsepower, enough to provide decent pace, but it won't set anyone's heart on fire. Our Impreza returned 30 mpg overall, so the Crosstrek won't be far off. The EPA's estimate is 29 mpg combined. The continuously variable transmission mimics a traditional automatic transmission's programmed steps designed to mask the sudden revving and sewing machine buzz sensation that often comes with these transmissions. A manual is still available. If you're inclined to venture off-road, the X-Mode button can optimize engine power, transmission logic, all-wheel drive power split, and the stability control system to enhance off-road traction. The Crosstrek won't have any trouble tackling the occasional muddy trail or sand patch, but despite its 8.7 inches of ground clearance, it is not designed to scale boulders. Cabin access is easy, with generously sized doors, an easy step-over height, and an elevated stance. The front seats are comfortable, but lower back support is compromised due to the lack of lumbar adjustment. The contrasting stitching on our limited model adds flair. The controls are refreshingly simple to use, and the gauges are super clear. The upper screen in the center of the dash provides a range of information, including fuel economy stats, but the busy display provides almost too much information to interpret while driving. Heated seats are readily available, even without opting for the limited. At center stage on our Crosstrek is its latest infotainment system. It's easy to use, with large buttons, simple menu structure, and quick response. Base models are fitted with a 6.5-inch system that's compatible with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Rear access requires some ducking due to the curved roof, but it is easier to climb in than the Impreza, thanks to its raised height. Relative to the class, the Crosstrek has a rather livable back seat. Even taller adults will find adequate head, knee, and foot room. We also found that children were able to get in and buckle booster seats with ease. The cargo space is relatively generous, providing good space for shopping bags and road trip gear as long as your needs don't dictate a traditional small SUV. The latest version of the EyeSight Advanced Safety Suite includes automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, and lane keep assist. Also available are blind spot warning, rear cross traffic alert, reverse automatic braking, and dynamic headlights that turn with steering wheel input. We remain fans of EyeSight, though this camera-based system has its limitations when visibility is an issue, such as during a heavy rain, often when you need help the most. We wish that forward collision warning and automatic emergency braking were standard across the line, but EyeSight is not even available on the base model. It is optional on the premium and limited trims. Pricing will start at $21,795 when the Crosstrek goes on sale this summer. The full roster of safety features adds $2,095 to the Limited, pushing the price to more than $30,000. Subaru owners are likely to embrace the new, much more refined yet familiar Crosstrek. It's even a viable alternative to those who don't need the Forester's roominess. We look forward to spending more time with it when we purchase one to test. The Ford-Chalifted WRX STI is the cheapest car on the planet to employ 6-piston Brembo brakes. That one phrase says it all and shows Subaru management's resolve to deliver the best handling STI yet. And I haven't even mentioned the revised multi-mode DC/CD all-wheel drive system. Okay, some die-hard fans will argue that the limited edition Spec C or the S201 or even the Type RA were better in the corners, and to a certain extent, I agree that they were all a cut above the rest. But this new 2018 version takes the STI's handling to the next level, and for a price that won't break the bank. The stuff you need to know as much as the headlining 6-pot Brembo's and recalibrated DC/CD unit is that engine power and torque remain unchanged. To the shock and horror of some readers, Subaru bosses were happy with the STI's current engine specs. The company's flagship sports model in Japan gets the same 2.0-liter turbocharged boxer engine as the current car, export model powered by 2.5-liter turbo, teamed up to a notchy 6-speed manual pumping out 304 horsepower/6,400 RPMs and 422 Nm of torque at 4,400 RPMs and a claimed 0 to 60 mph time of 5 seconds. Keep the turbo roaring above 3,500 RPMs, and you can avoid the noticeable turbo lag. In these days of instant electric or hybrid acceleration, this turbo engine feels a little outdated. But I just love the analog feel of this lag as the turbine spools up, as the rush of power explodes above 3,500. And well, hey, you just learn to work around the lag. To be honest, I think this car has enough grunt. What it needed was extra hardware to enable drivers to use that grunt to the max in and out of the corners. The new brake package and DC/CD do just that. Replacing the outgoing model's signature gold rims and red 4-pot Brembo calipers is a fresh new pairing of black 19-inch rims on grippy Yokohama Advent with bright yellow 6-piston monoblock Brembo calipers and bigger drilled rotors. Apparently yellow is the new red in the world of high-performance brakes, and Subaru is getting in on the act. One Subaru engineer told me that American buyers had complained about the insufficient stopping power and brake fade of the outgoing 4-pot brakes. Some owners said their brakes would only last a couple of laps during track days, so we needed to fix that issue. The 6-pots do just that. Now the brakes will last a whole 30-minute track session and with no brake fade. So I tested the new Brembos by trying both versions, old and new, on a high-speed 90 mph straight that leads into a tight S-curve on the iCycle Sports Center, 2 hours south of Tokyo. As expected, the 6-pots allowed me to brake far later than the 4-pots and with no drama. The new Brembos wipe speed off far quicker while letting the car stay flatter with less nosedive. In a car that weighs under 1,500 kgs tani som, these new brakes give drivers huge amounts of confidence in being able to attack corners faster than ever before and know that the stoppers will pull you up in time and not send you into the scenery. Even after 2 hot laps in some heavy-duty braking trials, the new 6-pots exhibited no fade while the 4-pots revealed sponginess after several quick corners. One other significant upgrade to the Ford-Chalifted STI is in its multi-mode driver control center differential, DC/CD, AWD system. This revised system has been made fully electronic this time round, a modification that makes the car's reaction times quicker to driver input. It is now able to distribute torque faster, to where it's needed, with a 41% front and 59% rear split. It lets you turn in that little bit sharper and bury your right boot just that little bit earlier while reducing sideways tire slip and improving overall grip. Minor revisions to spring rates and damper settings have also helped to improve overall handling. And while the ride quality is still hard, The new suspension revisions have given the STI more compliance and made it more livable day to day. In addition to the new black rims, yellow 6-spots and a standard boot lip spoiler, Subaru is this time offering their signature park bench size rear spoiler as an optional extra. Inside, the STI gets specially designed, body-hugging Recaro seats and a larger 8-inch sat-nav screen. I returned the car to Subaru's pit area with a nervous grin, as I was sure I'd only found around 90% of the car's full potential. I'd need half a dozen more laps to really pinpoint the capability of these new Brembos and DCCD unit. At a price starting around 3.86 million yen, in Japan, or $34,500, and heading for Europe and US markets by the end of 2017, I don't think the Americans will be complaining anymore. One test driver said, "Buy these new 6-pot Brembos and you get an STI included in the price." He wasn't joking. Note: in contrast to export model STIs powered by a 2.5-liter turbo, the Japan-spec WRX STI gets a 2.0-liter turbo for local tax reasons.